Hi everyone, welcome back to the Math Stone, and this is another video in your Algebra 1. In this video, we'll see how to simplify radical expressions involving fractions. And if you haven't watched our previous videos, then I would recommend that you go ahead before watching this video. Please watch the previous videos, otherwise you won't understand this one. So in the previous video, we did how to simplify radical expressions with variables. Okay, and today we are going to do simplifying radical expressions involving fractions. So without further ado, let's get started. And the property that we are going to be using in this particular skill is, so let's write the property here. Let's change the color. Okay, so the property that we'll be using is this one. Square root of a divided by b. This is called division property of square roots. Then again, the square root gets separated. This is the property that we are going to use. And also multiplication property will also be applied. So square root of a times b equals square root of a times square root of b. Okay, so let's get started. Let's say we want to simplify a radical expression which looks like this, 6 over 25. Now this is a fraction, but it is inside the square root. Now to simplify this radical expression, we will rewrite it with radical in the numerator and a radical in the denominator. Okay. And then we'll factor out any perfect square, then we'll simplify. So the steps will remain absolutely same. First of all, we'll find the prime factorization of numerator and denominator. So 6, prime factorization of 6 is, 2 times 3. And prime factorization of 25 is 5 times 5. Now in the next step, we'll apply the division property. So this becomes square root of 2 times 3 divided by square root of 5 times 5. Now in the next step, we'll group the perfect squares. So this 2 times 3 is, this cannot be grouped, and 5 times 5 can be grouped as 5 square. So this becomes 2 times 3 is 6. So this becomes square root of 6 over 5. And this is your final answer. Now, see, you can have, so see, 6 over 25 was just a simple fraction. You did not have any variables. You can also have variables in form of fractions as well. So for instance, let's say we have, but the steps will remain same. So let's say you have 14 times m raised to 5 divided by 25. Okay, let's see how we can do this. I would request you to pause it and then try it and then play the video. So again, the first step will be same. We'll find the prime factorization of the numerical part. So this is numerical part, this is numerical part. So 14 can be written as 2 times 7, so n times m raised to 5 divided by 25 can be written as 5 times 5. Now in the next step, we'll apply the division property. So 2 times 7 times m raised to 5. So square roots get separated over 5 times 5. Now we'll group the perfect squares. So here you have m raised to 5, which means m times m times m times m times m times m. So I'm gonna group the 4 m's together, and then 2 times 7 times m. This m is remaining over square root of 5 square. Now you know what will happen now. Now I'm going to apply this multiplication property. So this will come out of the square root m raised to 4 times square root of 2 times 7 times m over this thing. So then you get m square times 2 times 7 is 14. So you get 14m inside the square root and over 5. Okay, let's do one last problem. Okay, now I'm going to take variables in both numerator and denominator. Problem number 3. Let's say we have square root of 105 times x raised to 8 over 125 times w raised to 10. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so the steps will always remain the same. Let me change the color this time. Let me do it green. So what you'll do, you'll find the prime factorization of the numerical part. So 105 can be written as 15 times 7, and 15 can be written as 3 times 5. So 3 times 5 times 7 times x raised to 8 over. Now 125 is nothing but 5 times 5 times 5. So this becomes this. Now in the next step, we will cancel the like terms. So as you can see, this common factor 5 can be cancelled out. So we get square root of 3 times 7 times x raised to 8 over 5 times 5 times w raised to 10. Okay, then I apply the division property. So this becomes square root of 3 times 7 times x raised to 8 over square root of 5 times 5 times w raised to 10. Okay, then I will group the perfect squares. So I get, so you have here 8 x's. So I'm going to write it like this: x raised to 8 times 3 times 7 over 5 squared times w raised to 10. Okay, now this now I'll apply the multiplication property. So this becomes square root of x raised to 8 times square root of 3 times 7, and here as well square root of 5 square times square root of w raised to 10. Now this one you will get x raised to 4 times square root of 3 times 7, and this will be 25 times w raised to 5. So the final answer is going to be x raised to 4 root 21 over, I'm sorry, this is going to be just 5, my bad. And you'll get 5 times w raised to 5. This is your final answer. So this was it for this skill, simplifying radical expression with fractions. I hope you understood it. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. And in the next video, we'll do multiply radical expressions. So till then, bye-bye and take care.